Currency of central banks. Programmable. And the next question follows. Well, of course, artificial intelligence. We will all plant this, right? Such a, glamorous world. Amazing. I always have one question. What will you do if suddenly there's a power outage? How about as a result of the most powerful solar flare? Well, only well. Okay. So, when do you think will be the culmination of the transformosa and the emergency transition to new money, like gigantic decentralized tokens? In my opinion, I'm like a Mindekalian. I reply, never. Well, and accordingly, the moment of the question, what will become the key moment of liberation? From the old money holders and the transition of the world to decentralization and complete financial freedom. When will this culmination happen? Never. Because the old money holders, not the money holders, but all this young board, well, before there were bulbs, tulips, before there were shares in the East India Company, then there was NASDAQ jury, new technologies, and now here we are, having gone through many different structures. People's behavior, it is constant. It is based on banal Pavlovian reflexes in the vast majority. As for these old money having to part with something, well, look, who owns the CIA? The CIA belongs to old money and serves their interests. Who owns Bitcoin? The CIA. Who owns the National Security Agency? They serve old money interests. Who owns Tether? It's USDT, AMD, the National Security Agency. Why are they rounding up fools? Well, because it's tied to treasuries. If you look at the financial statements of the company managing USDT, they have record profits because the funds are invested directly in treasuries. And they support treasuries, if you haven't forgotten, beneath this magnificent creation. Of a sick imagination, yes. I mean, these currencies are based on blockchain. Blockchain records everything. Your traces are permanent. There is no privacy accordingly. There are corresponding agents. Your anonymity is your problem, as they say. Look at Comrade Pavlik. Now Pavlik has to cooperate with everyone. What are all these talks about freedom worth? They lull you better about independence or something else. Well, Pavlik was scared enough to, as we were told, all the keys are here. The developer group is here. And so Telegram cooperates with all law enforcement agencies now, from all over the world. Official statement from Pavlik. As soon as he foresaw the prospect of losing hair and abs, he immediately said, guys, I am innocent. The same will happen with Mask. So this anonymity, which is why you talk about blockchain. Plus, everything in this world is perfectly trackable. There's such a wonderful system, American echelon, under the careful guidance of Odessa National Security. And a small town in Italy, in Riga, it's called Buticana. So forget about it, listen. Just throw it out of your head. This was all done for one reason. First, an additional opportunity to entrap interesting types who form the competition. To intelligence agencies on the trade of drugs and, let's say, human organs, people. To track all these transactions and accordingly, periodically detect and, first of all, identify competitors and report on the work done. Secondly, to accustom the new younger generation to the fact that digital currency is nothing particularly scary. It's cool. It's friggin' cool. It's gonna be the future. But accordingly, under this guise, to introduce programmable central bank digital money. But accordingly, it'll be easy for you, ideally for them. Issue money, they'll control where, when, and on what you can spend it. If you behave badly, if they consider you to have criminal thoughts, you'll be left without money. You'll simply be ostracized from society and left without means until you freeze like Pavel Igorovich. Therefore, there is a good song. It's just 1.5 minutes long, performed by the author Vasilio Medazoro, also a good song. It's called We Were Deceived by You. Listen to it. That's regarding the new digital world. That's all I have to say. Well, on this subject, sorry, I'm not interspersed. And all these things, let's say. Studied the history of financial maneuvers. Once this was interesting to me. The same thing, no different. Blockchain technology is blockchain technology. It's a useful technology for many applications. Simply, as Vitalik Buterin himself said. Vitalik Buterin. Yes, Buterin. His name is pronounced correctly. Shieldcoin is the dumbest, most energy-intensive, most useless, and most greedy application that one could think of for blockchain. And accordingly, all your shieldcoin, everything else. These things are far from what their advertising department of the existing order of the world portrays them to be. Well, I hope that answered our question. No need to cry too much, no need to be too disappointed. You can believe in whatever you want. You asked for my opinion, I gave it to you. And with all these indecipherable shitcoins, when the green light is given, and it is decided that Almas's width is ready to accept digital currencies and central banks, well, they can be banned, insane tariffs can be set for miners, and we can say that these various shield coins are used by bad guys and gals. So let's go ahead and set out severe penalties for using them. And that's it. The story will end very quickly. So, let's say, forget the hopes of all those entering here. Don't get behind the scenes. Here she read everything normally. And here's everything else. Well, we still have, as usual, 2 hotspots. And one is Ukraine. Well, with Ukraine, it's becoming clearer and clearer